Hey, folks. First attempt in my life of ever making a YouTube video. I'm not the most technologically competent person, but I thought I'd give it a try. I had posted a comment um, on a video regarding the Pacific Theater in World War II, and I had mentioned that my great grandfather had fought in that conflict and that he had been stationed in Japan after the war, and he had befriended a Japanese man there while he was stationed, and they became really close, um, talked to each other all the time, and eventually he went back to America and they lost contact. And unfortunately, I don't really have all the details because this was so long ago, and uh, history being what it is, most of my older family members are no longer in the world of the living, so I don't really have a whole lot to go on here. Um, so I guess I'll just start by uh, saying that this is the case that it came in. It's the tape is just by me when I was a kid. I tried to hold this whole thing together. It's been passed down, since him up until me. No one else really had a whole ton of interest in it. And I just kind of held on to it in the closet for God knows how long. And I thought, I'll pull this thing out and take a look at it someday. So here I am. Um, so small wooden box. It also, before we take a look at the coins, he actually did get what appears to be some sort of typewritten note from his friend that he had at the time. So it reads to Mr. Chambers, which was his last name. Thank you for treating me very nice since I had known you. I was intending and trying to find something for you as a souvenir of Japan by which you might be able to remember this country. This is a small collection of Japanese old coins, which I think very handy and interesting to you. From, no, I'm going to butcher this. Psyche. I've actually been to Japan myself, but that was many years ago, and fortunately never really got the language very well. I did attempt to learn a little bit of it, reading and writing and speaking and so forth, but um, just kind of ended up not working out so fantastic. So I don't know. I find it interesting that this note's kind of made it this long. Also, it does have a big tear in it. I'm not sure when that ended up happening, but I don't know. It's interesting because I don't know. This paper is weird, right? Because you think it like if it was from a typewriter, it would be a different form of paper, and this is clearly typed out and not handwritten. So I guess they must have cut it for him from an entire sheet of paper. It's just weird because I don't know if you can tell, but it's very thin, and I don't recall typewriter paper being traditionally very thin. Anyway, I found that interesting. On the back side, um, around here, there's a list of the coins that are included in the case. Now, I don't actually have all of these. Unfortunately, I believe two or three of them just over the generations have been lost. Um, you'll see in a minute that most of the older ones still seem to be here. Like, I believe the fifth one here, and the first one might still be around. But I'm basing this off of what looks the oldest because I can't read Japanese. So maybe if someone can enlighten me as to how old these coins actually are, and if I got the guesses right. So we'll keep this off to the side and bring the case over here. So these are the coins. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're missing two. I have no idea what happened to them. Um, could be as a kid I did something stupid and I lost them, or I have a whole bunch of other coins that I collected when I was younger, and it's entirely possible that they're in there somewhere. They fell out of the case because this wasn't sealed very well, and they've just been lost to time. But these are the ones I have. So I'll kind of take a closer look at them, and I'll make some guesses to the best of my ability as to which is which. Um, I don't expect to get them right, but we'll take a look at the smallest one first. So I'll just kind of put it down here. So I can't read kanji, so I have no idea. Most of the way I was able to kind of guess was the numbers on the reverse of the coin, if there are any. This one, I don't know if you can tell, looks like it has a 1. So if we take a reference to paper here, it's probably this one that says 1 sen, because it's the only one that has a number 1 for the value. So that would have been only a year old at that time. So let's say that would be 19. I'm not actually sure when he received these either. I'm not sure if it was literally in 1945 at the war's end, or if it was, several years down the line after he had been stationed there for a while. So I'm not entirely sure as to the exact age of these coins, but suffice it to say that even the one that was only a year at the time is now pretty old. Put that one off to the side. And, actually, I think this might be a newer one. I hope it isn't. But, let's see. So there's this one here. I quite like the design of this one. Very pretty. Maybe turn it over. It's got 50 on the back. And that's also a 1-year-old coin. It looks like 50 sen, which I'm assuming is their, cent equivalent. Because I know yen is, I don't know, is yen their, yen isn't just the equivalent of $1. It's about 100 yen to the dollar, right? So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was just a different way of calculating things back then. So let's see, on the next one. This one might be a little harder to pick up, because it's kind of bronze. But that's also a very nice, ornate looking coin. Quite like it. On the back, I don't, there's no numbers. So this one, I honestly have no idea. Taking a look at the sheet, there's no clue. I don't have any numbers on either side of the coin. So this one's a mystery to me. Maybe you guys know. Maybe someone in Japan can enlighten me here. And then we have this one here. I gotta say, all these older coins sure look very nice. This one definitely looks pretty imperial looking, I have to say. This one actually has 20 sen with it spelled out on it, which is interesting, especially in English. I wonder why that is. And that appears to be this one, from the Taisho period, I'm assuming. So that was 30 years old already at the time, so we're getting up there in terms of the age. So yeah, at least it's nice to be able to definitively tell a couple of the ages of these. And this one's a little beaten up here. This one's weird because I'm not entirely sure. I hope I didn't just put this in from another coin collection and it just suddenly got added. This is let me read this. Tai Ching Ti Kuo copper coin. I don't know, that doesn't seem Japanese to me. I hope I didn't accidentally put a Chinese coin in here. But once again, no numbers or any other definitive marking, so I'm not entirely sure how much this is worth, in terms of the sen value. So I don't know what that coin would be. And then we have this one. Also quite pretty. This one also has a dragon on the back of it. Interesting. and 2 cents. So let's see, that would be, well, that's an older one. That's from Mezzi. I don't know. I'm not good at the old pronunciation, but I was already 7 years old at the time. So well over 100 years at this point. This coin. You can kind of tell because you can tell where it's been worn down over time. Still quite decent looking though for its age. And then we have this one, which I have no idea. Now we're getting to the ones where I think they're very old, and you can kind of tell as they look a little more rudimentary. Has no design at all on the back. Looks quite, handmade. It's like it wasn't really made by the state central authority or anything. Like this was just kind of made in some province or something. I'm not quite sure what this is. I'm gonna guess it's one of the, one of the 100-year-old ones, considering the look of it. So quite old. There we have probably what I consider to be the most interesting one, which is this behemoth. Good Lord, imagine having to carry these around in your pocket to pay for things. Once again, no number marking or anything on the back of here, so I can't tell the age, the value of the coin. But I'm gonna guess this this has definitely got to be the ones that were already 100 years old. Of which one of the two, I'm not sure, but I find it interesting that both this one and the other one I showed previously both have holes in the center. That kind of leads to me to believe that they are the older ones. I have to excuse any noise in the background. I am not a professional YouTuber. That is the collection. Hopefully somebody has some insight, because I would love to find out a little bit more about these, and just maybe how old they actually are, and I would never sell them, but if they're worth anything, and my ultimate goal, which is, I know, probably an impossibility, but I'd love to know whatever happened to Seiki and his family. Be interesting. Maybe he has a descendant out there somewhere. It's been so long that now Chambers is no longer our family name. Through marriage, it's now something else. So times change. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I do have other things that are older oddities and historical pieces, and maybe if this video does well, I will upload some and see what you guys think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know if you know anything about these items. Have a good one.